Hello, my name is Gail Bruno, and I would like to pitch to you my new business plan, which is Gail's Wedding and Event Planning. Gail's Wedding and Event Planning is going to be a home-based business, and I'm going to start from scratch. So basically, I'll be investing my own personal savings, and I will be going out on foot to get my own clients. I have a big background in corporate event planning. Let me give you a background about me. My background is basically I was an event planner for a couple different companies. I was a commodities trader. I've managed rental car offices for Enterprise. I worked as the vice president of Deutsche Bank. I've basically been in business my whole life. Even since I was 11, I had a business that helped me pay for college even. So I've been doing this for a while. Now, the other half of this is I own my own business already for the last 15 years called Route 1 Guitars. We're located on Route 1. We're a storefront. I do lessons, sales, repairs, and also rentals for the schools. Some are seasonal, some are not. So it just depends, and then they all basically fund each other. So I get residuals even off of the seasonal, so that helps me pay my rent. So I know how to get a very good, firm business plan going. So let's move back over to Gail's Wedding and Event Planning, because you have a little bit of background about me. So you know that I can really, really do this. I can make it come to life, my plan. So I'm going to start. It's actually a 3-phase business plan. The first part is Gail's Wedding and Event Planning. I'm going to become a certified events planner as soon as I finish my master's degree. From that point, I will start the business at home. In 2021 is my launch date, give or take maybe a year. I'm not really sure. I want to get it perfect. Being a home-based business, I'm going to have really low overhead, which is excellent. It's key when you're starting a business to have really low overhead, no employees, none of that stuff. Just me on foot, getting my clients, planning the weddings, getting the events, bringing the money in, making the profits, and then reinvesting my original investment and then adding the profits on top of that to the next year and the next year. And then I'm going to be going to phase 2. Phase 2 is my travel agency. So I'm going to get another certification. Everything's pretty minimal as far as cost to become a certified travel agent. So at that point, I will have my travel agency starting while my event planning business is already going year round. So even if I'm booking a couple events, every few months, whatever, it's still going to be funding itself. So I'm not going to have to worry. So now I'm on phase 2. So I'm going to build up that as well. I'm probably going to carry over honeymooners from the event wedding planning side. And then also maybe like booking cruises, family vacations, that kind of deal. So, and I'll also be pushing that as well because it'll be easy. Everyone knows me already in my community as Gail from Route 1 Guitars. So it's going to be a very easy transition for me. So everyone will be like, hey, Gail's got another business in town. Like, let's talk to her about that. Let's see what she does. So I've been doing event planning on the side of friends and family as far as weddings are concerned. So that's not going to be a problem. I mean, wedding planning in general, just weddings are $1 billion business. But none of these businesses, especially the wedding planning business, have a plan like mine. So after those 2 businesses are basically functioning on their own, I'm going to marry the 2 into one business on a storefront. And at that point, I have 2 functioning profiting businesses that I'm going to put together. I'm going to open the storefront, and it's going to have a reception desk, travel agency, event planning desk. Then I'm adding on retail. The retail side of things might have a couture line. It'll have my Gail's veils, Gail's gowns, which will be my custom lines. And then maybe like just some accessories and things like that. And then a sales desk over there. And then behind that will be my alteration desk. So I can make you your dress and also alter it, plan your honeymoon and your event all in the same place. Aside from that, I will go to you if you can't come to me. So I have no problem meeting with my clients wherever they want, whether it's at a Starbucks, whether it's in New York City. It just depends, I'm mainly going to start in Connecticut, but then I'm going to branch out as soon as I feel comfortable to move forward. And maybe I bring on my niece or somebody to help me a little bit if I expand So I could even expand on just one side of the business and not even go into phase two. It just all depends on what I'm feeling at the time and how I think it's going. But the phase three is the most original part of my plan because it's a one-stop bridal shop. There's nothing like it out there. So I'm not going to have a hard time selling the idea, because if a customer comes in, a bride is already overwhelmed, so is the groom, and they're going to be like, oh, so we just do everything here? We don't have to do anything else? I'm like, no, I'm going to even video the venues if you want. You won't even have to go. The only thing you have to do is show up. And just like my tagline says, we take the worry out of weddings. I'm also going to have different pitches for different types of aspects, whether it's a sweet 16 party, a bat mitzvah. I'm going to have different pitches for everybody. So what I'm going to try to do is go to event planning type expos, wedding expos, things like that. Get my card out there, rent tables, stop by the schools, talk to the kids about having a sweet 16 and let me know if they want me to plan it for them. I will have a good list of customers that I can cold call too, that are actually my customers at my other business. And there are plenty of them that are young enough that they've come up now since they've been kids and I've had them as students, that I can use them as my networking too as well, and use them to send me to more people. So it's all a matter of selling yourself. Word of mouth is everything in business, especially in small businesses. That's what I've relied on completely. I haven't had to do a lot of advertising in my business, and it's basically doing very good. It can always do better, of course, but once I, get off the ground and I'm running and I'm doing everything I need to do, everything starts to fall into place. So I'm not really concerned about that right now. And I'm going to be stepping away from the other business as soon as this business takes off, which is Gail's Wedding and Event Planning. So the goal is have enough clients, get enough profits, reinvest, and keep going year after year. So hopefully I'll be doubling profits and, that kind of thing by year 2, 3 kind of thing. And then I could be adding on the other business once I feel safe, it's ready to go. Then we'll do that too. In the beginning though, I'll be running it part-time because I'll have my regular business, which is Route 1 Guitars. I'll be doing that to pay all my bills. And then at part-time basis, I'm going to be doing events. So I'll plan those events, maybe one every couple of months or something like that, just to get my feet wet and, get the business off the ground. So that's basically the plan with that. Now, my competition, I've done a lot of research. And so I know for a fact that some of the businesses I've researched, they're already closing down. They don't know how to have a really strong business plan like I do. I'm here for the long haul. I will be here no matter what. So when I need investors in phase 3, that's when I think I'm going to need it the most. I could possibly need it in phase 2. It just all depends on how my first business goes and how much money I'm going to need for the second part of my business and vice versa. So anyhow, so my competitors, getting back to my competitors. So basically my competitors, I've noticed the biggest one is Amy Champagne Events. She has Philadelphia offices, New York offices, and she works in Connecticut, Massachusetts. She's all over the place. She's going to be my biggest competitor, but she has holes in her plan. She won't take same month events. She won't take walk-ins like I will. She won't take low budget like I will. Because if you figure you have 2 low budgets, that's equal to 1 medium budget. So why not? So if I can book 2 low budgets in 1 month, it's equal to 1 medium budget. So, and what I'll have is a 4-tier price plan based on event budget or income, whatever you want to call it. So it'll go from like, the lowest to the highest being like a platinum where it's like an unlimited budget to something as low as like, I don't know, $5,000 for instance, or $10,000 or whatever. Those will be like the lower ones, so everything's going to have its own tier. So that's going to be pretty easy once I really like fine tune those packages. I'll even do DIY people and I'll make them a small custom package. I have no problem doing custom packages as long as the consultation, has everything there for me to work with and I know what I need to do. And if I want to assist the DIY people, they can let me know what they need help with and what my hourly fee will be, which is like $75 an hour. And generally every event you get about 15 to 20%, but in Connecticut, we tend to charge even more. We're right outside of New York City, so why not? I mean, we're right near the Big Apple. If I plan a New York wedding, the budgets are going to triple and quadruple from what I'm going to have in Connecticut. So it's not going to be a big problem. Well, anyway, thank you for listening to my pitch. I know it was kind of a little all over the place, but my goal is because I wanted to touch on everything for you. It's been a pleasure, Dr. Kaufman, being in your class, and I hope that I get to come back to you and tell you how it's going. All right, thank you so much, and take care.